issue tree in retail examples. Now let's have a look at example of an issue tree in a retailer and see what kind of problems he's facing. So before we go into details of the example, let's have a look at what kind of areas he has to tackle when it comes to looking for problems. So first of all, you can have a lot of problems in retail chain development. So finding the right locations for placing your format in the market where you are already present. Then obviously things connected with selection of products, so product range or category range management, depending how it is called and how it is being addressed. Obviously, pricing is a huge aspect of things that a retailer has to face. And obviously also logistics and supply chain. This determines to a large extent things connected with inventory and product range and category range management. Then you should also look at expansion model. So it's a little bit different than the retail chain development. In retail chain development, we basically scale what we know and we do it with the resources we've got. In expansion model, we enter new markets and we can be using new models as well. In-store processes, so a lot of your workers will be in the stores, so you should really carefully look at the processes happening there, and you can have a lot of optimization there as well. We'll show you in the next section how to actually do it. And HR, especially trainings, because you have a lot of people rotating, so you have to recruit new people and train them in order to fulfill your format. Now let's have a look at just two areas. So first of all, retail chain development. So in retail chain development, one of the problems you can have is low growth in sales, decreasing EBITDA of the new stores, and high cost of building new stores. And as obviously in the issue tree, we have to basically guess the possible reasons. So in the case of the low growth in sales, it could be low like-for-like due to cannibalization and few new openings in locations. And here we basically list what kind of analysis we should do in order to get this hypothesis confirmed or rejected. In the case of the decreasing EBITDA of new stores, we can have two things. So increasing rents due to lack of proper usage of purchasing power of the retailer, or growing salaries of workers in the stores that we introduce in order to keep low rotation. And obviously high cost of building new stores. So you might be lacking the support from the shopping malls. They usually, for the good brands, provide some money for the establishment of the store. And obviously not having optimized format, expensive fixtures, a lot of them. So there is always a potential to have a look at this. And let's have a look at another area, so product range management. Here we are listing three possible problems. So low margin on category A, on category B, the same thing, and obviously high inventory costs or high inventory in the stores. So for the low margin on category A could be, for example, having too many suppliers. So you can't basically claim your purchasing power, and lack of private labels. And as always, we list what kind of analysis we have to do in order to confirm it. So in the case of the lack of private labels, it's looking at potential private labels, benchmarks and suppliers and seeing what we are providing and what we could provide. Then when we look at the category B, it's a little bit different. So it could be, for example, usage of middlemen instead of direct suppliers that causes us to have a lower margin, or improper planning and allocation by stores. And in high inventory, we have improper, again, planning and allocation by stores and non-responsive supply chain. So basically, they are very slow in reacting to changing demand and supplying the product we need. So as you can see, for every area you would be responsible for, you should list this sort of issue tree. So area, suspected problems, possible reasons, and analysis. And then on the basis of analysis, after you get the data, you either confirm or reject possible reasons.